What's up? I'm gonna start incremental 8 in a little incremental 8. About to be lost on my own. I'm gonna start incremental 13 soon and get you guys on that basic incremental divine guidance and how it works and what that looks like, you know. But this way here I wanted to talk about before I go in. You know, if you're around my age right now, you was raised particularly the same way possibly I was raised. You probably went through some of the same values of things that took place in life, and you probably had this pain on you or this wherewithal on you where you said, you know what, I'm not going to do what so and so did. We got to be mindful of this conjunction of energy because that's not a safe space for the children. It's not a safe space. Ultimately, you're alleviating the kids of having their own opportunity to grow up understanding or attempting to understand their own life by divine guidance, not by the outside world. And see, we don't separate the value, or the system doesn't allow you to separate the value of what you should love in these particular ways before the wrong retrospects takes over and misguides the kids and have them in a whole different mental stability. And then by the time an event takes place and the child is subsequently sick or in trouble or indifferent in some aspect, the parent's response is fight or flight. It's automatically, I didn't know, I didn't have anything to do with this, I thought I was doing the right thing. It's because you don't want to take responsibility, and you didn't set the grounds up for them to grow all the way. You did what you did, felt how you felt about the energy you put into that, and you left it alone. As far as the value of we saying we take care of responsibility, or we take the responsibility, most people ain't taking responsibility. They trying to fill in spaces so they can maneuver to manipulate the value of what money is. It's the shallowest energy ever that exists. And then on top of that, you still thinking that you own something that was given to you by the divine. You should be giving these children unconditional love until they remain, or until they get 18. I don't care who you are or where you are in this world, what culture your culture is. If you give birth to something, you give it unconditional love until it's able to stand on its feet, and let it understand the indifferences in between those values by you subsequently walking with them. You don't never put down nothing that a child speaks. You tell them, if you can do that, show me. Oh, that's great. You was able to do that? Wow. What else can you do? And you help them grow that energy. You put unconditional love value. Our job is just to make sure you don't go bust your head on a rock or go get ran over by a truck or fall off something you shouldn't have been so high up in the first place. And if these things are values, as long as you got an eye on them creating under divine guidance, they will be creators until they die. And they will make a new world. But they won't be the world that's guided by evil and greedy hands that want to manipulate and receive off of that value. We don't give enough credit to the divine, and subsequently we fall victim to every mechanic that doesn't have a real retrospect to giving people their outcome of living. And then for the most part, it ends up being a joke. You know, people would rather laugh at the inadmissible values of people's lives instead of finding a way to make a balance for everybody to have the proper growth on divine pretense. No, this is a subsequent value of slavery, beaten down, history rewrote, and people trying to reknit and find out what that means for them and where they come from and where you stand and whatever have you, which ultimately is a bunch of confusion that really don't hold no weight to nothing. It's all about where you are now and the respect you can gain from this moment, and understanding that the energies around you should be giving you that ultimate respect. And if they don't, then you need to remove yourself or remove the people from around you. And that's just the ultimate value. That's just what it is. There's no argument based in that. This is growth. This is growth against non-fertilizers. This is growth against non-fertilization. It has nothing to do with anger. And most people will subsequently add anger into these issues just so they can continue being as manipulative or as malcontent to whatever value that they deal with on an aggressive base. We don't take enough time to sit down and put the focus in. And I've watched people's brains just shut down when it comes to like saying the right thing at the right moment. Like, oh no, this, ew, what kind of spell you under? And it be just that serious. Like, if you ain't fighting for something, what you know what I'm saying? You ain't standing for something. You know, you falling for everything. You know what I mean? So, how much love are you putting into your family? Like, do you give your children a level of growth, or do you try to, you know what I'm saying, make sure you a big fence around them? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that I'm a fence. Get bigger. You know what I'm saying? You gonna make sure that they can have the outcome in their life that they're supposed to have. You know what I'm saying? Like, and grow something new instead of you being the progenitor of other energies in the next 20, 30 years. Talking about, we bored. We don't know what to do. Matter of fact, let's go follow these niggas. Just don't get it, man. And y'all be happy with that because at the end of the day, your parents be suckers. Your parents be followers and all that. So they want the same thing for their children. You'll follow better than we did. Sucker. How you want to pray to something but then don't want your child to be the best version of that? Y'all be losing sight. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm just telling you to love your kid, man. And love them for real. Not the way that's that nervous love. Let them be. It's you. You ain't never got that. So do something you ain't never did. NAGA.